Hello guys, so today we are going to talk about the integumentary system, which is also known as the skin. I know you're probably sitting there thinking after you were doing that pretest, oh my gosh, I have no idea what this is, but who knew that such a big word could mean such a very simple system? So when we talk about the integumentary system, we need to talk about its functions. Remember, the function is the job that body system does for that organism. Well, the number one thing that our skin does is it prevents from water loss or loss of water. It also protects our body from injury or infection. Your skin is the first line of defense. So not only is it part of the integumentary system, it also plays a major role in your immune system. It kind of keeps all of our insides in and our outsides out. Whenever you cut yourself, that is where you have like a breach in your security, if you will, and infection can occur. If you wanted to compare the human body to a cell, the cell membrane would be like your skin. So it does protect our body from infection or injury. It also helps to regulate homeostasis through our body temperatures. We know that we like to have that set balance of 98.7, and if our temperature drops too low, our muscles will shiver to bring it up, and if it gets too high, we will release sweat to cool it down. But our skin is the one that releases the sweat to help cool our body down, so therefore it does play a major role in homeostasis. It also helps us to eliminate waste, which is through your sweat. I bet you didn't even realize that a very small percent of urea escapes through your skin. So you're not always just, releasing urine through your bladder. When you sweat, a small amount of urea escapes through that. And it also helps to gather information about our environment. We can feel when things are hot, when they're cold. We have that sense of touch. It also produces vitamin D from the sun. It is a very important vitamin that we do need in our bodies, and our skin is the only place that can produce vitamin D from our exposure to the sun. So here you go. It is the 6 functions of the integumentary system. So go ahead and pause the video and write them down. And again, put a bubble cloud around it so it stands out. All right, so let's talk about the skin. The skin consists of 2 main layers, your epidermis and your dermis. Have you ever heard that lame joke? I know my husband loves it, but it's like, oh, your epidermis is showing. Well, that's just your skin. The epidermis is the outer layer that we see. The dermis is the inner layer that we cannot see unless you have a large gash or a cut. So here's a picture of your skin, a cross section. Notice here is your epidermis. It is the outermost layer of your skin. It is very thin compared to your dermis, which is the deep inner layer. Your dermis is where pretty much all the magic happens. It's where your sweat gland is located. Okay, it's where your hair follicle is, where the muscles that connect to it, the blood vessels. Underneath here in your subcutaneous tissue is where all the fat is. Okay, which helps with insulation. So this is a cross-section of your skin. So how do you help to maintain your skin? Well, eat properly, drink lots of water. Water is great for your skin. Limit your exposure to the sun. Even though the sun does produce vitamin D, it still too much can damage it through sun exposure with radiation and cause sunburn. And keep it clean and dry. Okay, so one thing I want to go back over before we finish is I want you to tell me all the functions of the skin. Obviously, the skin is part of the integumentary system, but what else do you think? I mean, looking at this picture, do you think hair is part of the integumentary system? Because you would be correct. And also your nails. Anything that grows out of your skin is part of the integumentary system. Okay, so don't forget to know the organs and the functions, and then again tomorrow in class we'll go over it a little bit more in detail and do a lab. Bye.